guys, welcome back. BDCKR here. We're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. Happy Boxing Day. This is for the week of December the 26th, 2019, which is, the week of Boxing Day.
Right.
The
Americans actually celebrate that, or is that a strictly Canadian thing?
I don't know. And the week of Boxing Day does sound a little awkward, but it really is the full week because the deals stay.
That's true.
So I don't know. Anyways, getting into the actual content. The current challenge is Dawn of Justice Superman. That's a 1-week repeat. The required characters are Zod, Lex Luthor, and Doomsday, who you can get at gold, bronze, and silver, respectively.
Yeah, and my gut reaction when I first saw that is that, crap, it's another challenge character. But it's not. Zod Prime is a challenge, but Man of Steel Zod you can get in the store.
And I will be talking a little less this week just because I have a cold, so you'll be taking over maybe a little more of the speaking.
I guess apologies to our viewers. Normally our P&Q and CNAT earlier this week, we had to skip it for a couple reasons. One was Christmas, and two, well, you're sick now.
Illness.
Yeah, illness. So the great thing about Dawn of Justice Superman, getting back to the content like you said, his passive Shattering Blow, Superman's special attacks have a chance to shatter equipment, temporarily disabling all gear on the opponent. He's got decent high stats, 1,300 each for damage, for attack, and health. And according to our notes, he was last available in May of this year. And I like him a lot. He's a fun antidote to those fights where the gear is having a huge impact and you're stuck because maybe they're healing or maybe they're getting a bunch of power, whatever it is, like Astral Harness, that kind of defensive stuff.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can take out their tanks by shattering their gear.
Mm-hmm.
So I think his passive means that the special has to be unblocked to trigger the passive, unlike the Claw of Horus, where it doesn't matter as long as you do the special.
Yeah.
And the gear shattering lasts a minute, even if the opponent tags out. Also, unlike the Claw of Horus, whose gear shattering effect rinses off with a tag out, but it's only about a 40% chance instead of, unlike the Claw of Horus, 75% chance. So it's good. It would be even better if it was a higher percentage chance, and it's a lot of fun to play. We've got a video from a while back with demonstrating exactly how much fun he can be, shattering people's gear and reducing them to their basic character. It makes all the difference in the fight.
For sure. This week's multiplayer award is Flashpoint Deathstroke, whose passive is Pirate Crew, which says that Deathstroke has a chance on special attacks to be assisted by Flashpoint teammates. The more Flashpoint characters, the more attacks he gets on his combo ender. And he's got pretty good stats. He's got 1240 attack and 1360 health.
And he was also recently available, I think, in June of this year.
Yeah.
As one of the multiplayer rewards. So we've said this before, and it should be pretty obvious that just by being Flashpoint, he's one of the best cards because he can take advantage of Flashpoint Batman's passive that lets Flashpoint teammates boost their crit damage. And, it'd be tempting because he's got those extra combo ender hits that you'd want to gear him for basic damage specialists, especially ones that have combo ender effects. However, you'll probably see this every week on our multiplayer teams. We really prefer him to be our specials because his special one becomes deadly. It's good enough to knock out most opponents, even if they have a revive. So, you're looking at the Blackest Night Hawkgirl team, you're looking at Fourth World Gear set, because the multi-hit special one, it just goes right through it, right? It doesn't get stopped by the revive. And the League of Assassins Knives gives you a huge amount of splash damage. And the only, again, I think we've said this before, his only real weakness, and it's not even that much of a weakness, it's relative, is that someone with Astral Harness can be a bit of a hassle because his special one doesn't give you one really big hit, and so you can't bypass the invulnerabilities. And some people like to use Tantu Totem to keep on doing the specials and wait out the Astral Harness.
Yeah.
The problem is, if they're not blocking, that they, even though they're not getting hit during their invulnerabilities, they're still generating a lot of powers, and because it's so many hits, they will generate a lot of power. And the one thing that may not be obvious to people when they play is that the speed with which an attack starts, the specials are faster than any basic attack. So what you're doing is giving them enough power to do specials, and it gives them a good chance to actually hit you with the specials once the invulnerability is done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think you really need to say more. Flashpoint team is one of the best.
In the store, we have the Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman pack for 27 Canadian. No credits again, so it's an even crappier deal than it normally is. It's possible that they've swapped over to make it this crappier deal permanently, just because we've seen it. Is this the second or third week that we've seen it?
Second.
Okay, so we'll keep this monitored and see how that goes.
So we've got a couple character bundles too. So there's one that's character bundle Lantern Elite, which is $20 Canadian. You get Red Lantern Hal Jordan and Yellow Lantern Hal Jordan. I mean, both are challenge characters. Neither is really great anymore, but it's a decent price for what it is, I think. Yeah. When you compare it to $27 for one character, right? I mean, Red Lantern Hal Jordan used to be amazing before they nerfed them, but
he's still not bad.
He's still not bad.
There's uses.
Yeah, I mean, we've demonstrated him in some recent teams.
Yeah, the main issue is that Tantu Totem basically gives you, on a good specialist, Red Lantern Hal Jordan's power set, but more powerful without spending any health.
Right. And then there's a second character bundle, Darkside War, for the same $20 Canadian. It's Apocalypse Darkside and Rebirth Jessica Cruz. I mean, she's really good. She does a huge amount of damage. She's got a lot of hits on the combo ender, and he's only all right. I mean, he used to be really good when his bleed damage over time would last indefinitely, and it would only stop when you tagged out to rinse it off.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's close to being close to being worth it, and I guess compared to what other packs we've been getting, they're decent. I'll say that. Christmas packs are still there. We won't rehash that. They're, again, also close to being worth it. You get an interesting mix of characters.
Yeah.
And Survivor LexCorp gear set for the next 2 weeks until the 8th of January 2020. I got to get used to it now. Now that we switch over, I always have trouble in the first couple of weeks of the year.
Oh, everybody does.
And I keep on going for 2019.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Phantom Zone is finished. Double XP for the next 3 days over the weekend, and Fight 62 still broken. As far as breakthrough goes, we have a link in the description to a Reddit thread from Devlin16 that looks at the complete breakthrough cycle. That looks pretty accurate. So if you look at where we're at or where we were last week, you can pretty accurately guess where we're going to be for breakthrough.
All right, so moving on to current glitches. Remember that every working glitch is explained in a video as part of the playlist that you can reach by clicking the I in the top right corner of this video or in the description. We are Android only, so we're only able to confirm these glitches for Android. And if you're on iOS and see a question from an iOS user asking for help in the comments, consider helping out. So, spoiler alert, nothing has changed this week. And maybe we'll start with the significant not working glitches like we usually do. I say maybe, like somehow it's like an arbitrary decision. Except we've been doing it for forever like that.
Let's just roll with it. Let's start with the not working glitches like we never do.
All right, so
mix it up a little.
There is currently no working glitch for credits that we're willing to endorse, and that willing to endorse part is a crucial bit because we talk about the reasoning in more detail in a previous Season 6, Episode 9 episode of our P and Q and C and A and T video, and link is also in the description. But the main point is that there's a huge risk from being logged into one account simultaneously on different devices, and that's how people have been doing that glitch, and that's why we do not endorse it. So the glitch for getting past multiplayer season rewards is not working. The glitch for early multiplayer season rewards also not working. And I mean, Phantom Zone is done now, so it doesn't matter as much. But the glitch for getting through that quickly is also not working. Although we've got to get around at some point to doing that strategy video that we've had on the back burner. It's just
getting through fast.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the working glitches. So the glitch to play Phantom Zone repeatedly, it's working, but Phantom Zone's not up, so it's not relevant right now. The challenge reset method that requires Google Play Cloud Save is working. That's tested and confirmed on the current Dawn of Justice Superman challenge. Just remember, for when they're up, using one of these glitches uses both of them. It does a double reset. So just be ready to reset both if you're willing to reset either.
Right.
But right now it doesn't matter.
Right. Breakthrough glitch to let you play it repeatedly, still working. Cut and pasted into the description is a comment from a viewer with a potential solution for people who are having trouble playing it extra, but we can't confirm whether that's a solution or not because we've never had that problem. The airplane mode / refund glitch still working, good for packs with random drops, also known as loot boxes and last laugh tickets. It did not work in the Phantom Zone because the Phantom Zone, the final crystal, required us to have an internet connection. So what else? Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. Always remember to bring your countdown clock back to normal before you finish. It seems like some people have been having trouble with their challenge appearing at the right time, and the only sort of consistent feature is that they admit to having done a bunch of time shifting.
Yeah.
And free energy without having to watch the video still works, and the glitch for getting up to 9 energy bars instead of 3 also still works. And we've cut and pasted one iOS user's potential solution into the description if the free energy button is grayed out, but we can't confirm whether it works. I mean, we definitely know it doesn't work in Android. We can't confirm whether it works in iOS or not.
For sure.
And that brings us to the end, which is, well, almost the end, where we go over the one glitch that's in limbo, which is the promotion glitch, which used to let you promote characters that were still locked out of your store.
The once and future glitch.
Yeah. So there were specific conditions where it worked, and since update 2.14, the conditions just haven't been there. So it hasn't been working, but it also hasn't failed us because we've never actually...
It's never not worked.
It's never not worked when the circumstances were right.
Yeah.
So that is that. And we'll close out by saying a big thank you to our patrons on... I want to say... Because the word is Patreon.
Our Patreons on Patreon.
Our patrons on Patreon who have been supporting us and have encouraged us to do these videos. Big thank you to Consul Peasant and Edwin Felix, who are supporting us at the top tier last word. Sean Farrell, Daniel Simonson, Aaron Mall, and Michael DeVries supporting us on the credited level. And Eddie G and Chris Wolf at the gratitude level.
Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and thanks so much for your support. We'll see you next time.
Komoda!